Here at NAVAC, we are obsessed with delivering the best HVAC tools on the market. Our tools are built for professionals and engineered for precision, just like Harley-Davidson motorcycles. NAVAC Nation, it's time for you to feel the power both on and off the job site. Let's stand up in our pursuit of perfection. From coast to coast, NAVAC forges the path forward. Wherever you are, we will be right beside you. And now, this Harley-Davidson could be yours. Experience the ride of your life with NAVAC.
What is going on, NAVAC Nation? 8 months has come down to this time. It is time to give away the Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Myself, Brett Adcox, National Sales Manager with NAVAC. Joining me on here is Andrew Greaves, Director of Customers Experience. How you doing, Andrew?
Brad, I'm doing outstanding. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Exciting times. We are giving away a motorcycle today.
Absolutely, and it's Friday, and hopefully, if the viewers aren't on call this weekend, hopefully everybody's gonna enjoy themselves, and one person in particular, right? So, like you said, today we're gonna draw the winner of our of this promotion that's been how long? 8 months.
8 months. Keep in mind, every time for someone to get an entry for this, it's pretty simple. All you had to do was buy NAVAC tools. For every dollar you spent with NAVAC, guess what? It was easy. You got an entry. So you bought a vacuum pump for $500. Guess what? 400 or 500 entries. So it's pretty easy for a lot of these NAVAC techs that love NAVAC to gather up those points. So I think a lot of them probably have been looking at their count and saying, man, I have a pretty good chance of taking this home today.
Yeah, well, it seems like almost too simple of a promotion. I remember when I first heard about the promotion and the criteria and the how to win, how to play kind of thing. It's almost too simple and too easy to rack up a lot of entries. So a very cool sweepstakes type promotion, and one of the things I'm curious about, when these entries were being submitted, do we have any of the data that suggested some of the top products, some of the most common products that were picked up or are being picked up in anticipation of the 2025 season?
And we definitely did. The crazy thing about it is, if you look at NAVAC's list, we have tons of products. But out of this competition, 5 products really stood out of them all. And number 1 came in to be one of our vacuum pumps. And that one was our 7 CFM DP2. So that is an awesome entry-level 7 CFM vacuum pump that, guess what? It's ready for the A2L. Anything you're ready to rock in today's world, that pump will get you there. Now for the everyday tech, it's perfect. What do you think, Andrew?
Well, I think it's a great example of NAVAC being able to offer so many options that cater to technicians' needs, whether their priority are the actual features, bells and whistles, if you will, modern, innovations, versus, some customers sometimes have to use budget as the priority. So we've been able to offer a lineup that caters to both. We have the high-end products. We have the high-end vacuum pumps, inverter-driven stuff, Bluetooth connectivity. We have stuff on the other end of the spectrum, very budget friendly. But what's different, I think, with us is when we give this range of application, we have this range of price point. What we don't sacrifice in any of those cases is the function, is the performance. So even when a customer is purchasing something like the 7DP2, which is down the line further into the very budget-friendly zone, they're able to do so and still not need to worry about having substandard components. They still have a very robust pump, two-stage, again, 7 CFM, and we were able to, despite common belief, enclose this pump with an AC-driven compressor. So that's part of what enabled us to bring it to the market at a cheaper price point. But rest assured, an AC-driven motor can be sparkless in the sense that none of the operating electrical current and potential arcs and spark come into any contact with refrigerant. So the motor is totally enclosed in a way that truly brings the safety level to that of a DC compressor. So the DP and that was on the vacuum pump side. Did we have any other categories that we saw heavily brought in during this promotion?
Well, of course, 1 and 2 had to be vacuum. So number 2 was recovery. Now, recovery did throw me off a little bit because I thought for sure it was going to be who's always shined or NRDD. That's always kind of been everybody's go-to because whether you're residential or all the way into commercial, that is a one and all machine. But we came out with this last year, the NR7. And the NR7 took the NRD and cut it in half. So now you have a very good recovery machine for your residential guys and your light commercial guys. And those residential guys saw that and ate it up. So the NR7 came in as a number 2. My favorite part about the NR7, hands down, is the weight of it, 20 pounds. You won't find another recovery machine that size to be able to just carry it around the job site. You were on the job site a lot in your previous times. How would a 20-pound recovery machine sound?
I mean, as with any product, as a technician, somebody that's actually in the field, lugging this stuff around, the weight is always a factor. And obviously the lighter, the better. However, honestly, to me, the weight is secondary and takes a back seat to the other strong points of the NR7. It's another perfect example of us being able to take manufacturing considerations that bring the price point of this machine down, but not sacrificing any of the modern needs of the customer today. So even on it from a budgetary standpoint, this would be one of the lowest costing machines on the market, yet the most packed with features. So if you look at the most popular, commonly found recovery machine in the industry right now, in many vans across at least North America, our NR7 is coming in at a cheaper price point, but we are giving you a DC driven compressor in that machine. So it's significantly below any of the frontliner, front runner machines on the market. But it has all of those features that make it, what we would consider A2L safe, as well as performing right on par with the NRDD. So it's another example, again, of application, range of application and budget. We have 4 or 5 recovery machines, okay? None of the other manufacturers on the market have more than maybe 2, most of them just 1. What does this really mean? It's great for the manufacturer. It makes things simple. It cuts down on inventory and maybe they may interpret it as products cannibalizing one another. However, we understand that there are many needs, capabilities, depending on what niche of the industry you're in. So instead of us if you have one recovery machine, what does that mean? If I'm selling that, I now have to make sure that I fit that customer into this box, right? No matter what, they can tell me that they work on this, they work on that, they need this, they need that. And I'm going to have one option to have to find a way to sell you into that. And not to make any accusations about honesty and with the sales world, but to me, that does present a temptation probably to cut corners on ethics if you have to sell one machine for every customer. So we spread that around, we innovate, we go ahead and we take that risk. We'd rather make the machines that truly cater to the end user. We never forget them when we're developing these products.
Well, you hit the nail literally on the head on that one. And that's why the NR7 came in as number 2, is it kind of is an all-around recovery machine for everybody that hits every A2L standard. So my next on this list is another vacuum pump. So we showed you guys the 7. We saw the 7 was popular. Now, this next pump is my personal favorite out of our lineup, and that is the 12DM. And the reason I love the 12DM so much is you're getting a 12 CF vacuum pump that's a monster of a size, but you're not having to carry it on a cart. It's in a residential platform. It's very easy for these guys to grab it and carry it around. Again, for me, it's all about the weights for most of it because I carry these tools around most of the time. So 35 pounds, that's where that 12 CFM pump comes in. And Andrew's stepping off camera just to grab it real quick because that is how light it is. Now, he's going to show you guys something a little bit special because he actually has a cut-up one. So this one is actually a cut-up 12. Go for it, Andrew.
Right. No, it's just the one I had on hand, and it is an older sample unit, but I did want to show the cutaways so that people can see the design here. Let's see if I can get a little bit of a better angle. You can see that giant spring-loaded backflow prevention valve, right? We've got an oversized, this is not only the oil fill cap, but this is a large media, what they call an oil mist filter. But the reality is, I call it like it's like a small condenser, almost like a condensing canister. And what that's meant to do is to capture any atomized oil that is misted and atomized along with the atmosphere you're removing from the equipment. And it goes ahead and lets it kind of catch on that media, and it gives the oil a chance to condense and accumulate and then drip back down into the pump, which just happens to be right into the crankcase. So when that condensing media captures that oil and it's able to drain right back into the reservoir, because you already have an uphill battle keeping your oil clean to begin with. So at least we try to help you keep all the oil in the pump in the first place. But yes, the 12DM is a wonderful pump, DC driven, lightweight for 12 CFM, and definitely an appropriate pump for VRF applications, small chillers, maybe air-cooled chillers, some process chillers, and any other commercial applications. So it's not surprising at all.
No.
Brad, we gonna make any phone calls here?
No, we got a couple things we're going to do today. So we're going to show off the bike for one. We're going to go off to the vice president of NAVAC, and he is Keith Keller. He's going to actually show off the bike. He is live with it. We also are going to pull in one of our sales reps, Jared, with SRGI. We're going to have a conversation with him and kind of go over how he enjoyed having a giveaway bike, something that was not something they normally have. Something in his toolbox that he was able to put on the feet to his distributors. Hey, I got a bike I can show up with. You want to see it? It was something fun to give the reps something different. We also,
before we make any of those calls, even though this wasn't available to purchase during the promotion, 2025 is here. For those that were able to get to AHR or watch influencers and others that attended AHR and were able to kind of share some of the new things they saw coming down the road. You know, NAVAC's no stranger to, you know, hitting the market with, some might say, too many products. I mean, we are really flooding the industry with a lot of innovative things. And it's just hard to slow that momentum down when we see how much the end user has given us feedback on how these tools and innovations have changed their workflow, and truly lived up to, you know, our motto of empowering you to work smarter. So the N2DX, that was probably one of the most popular things, right? At the AHR booth, we had a lot of excitement surrounding that, and I just wanted to make sure that I was able to, since I did have one here that I was getting charged up a little while ago.
Keep in mind, Andrew, these were given away to anybody who went to the HVAC symposium this year and anybody who went to the HVAC Tactical Awards. Everybody got one of those sent to their door. So right now, if you're looking on social media, you're seeing some of these influencers post, oh my God, it's real. They weren't just kidding. So it's really cool.
It really is. And what we've been able to do is kind of create an in-between position or an in-between category of manifold into the space, right? Into the field. And so what this is doing, this is not a smart manifold, right? So this doesn't have Bluetooth or wired temperature clamps. This doesn't have connectivity to an app of any kind. That is not the purpose of this manifold. All this manifold is meant to do is to take all of the utility value of an analog manifold set, right? People that want to just get a manifold on a piece of equipment, they want to check operational pressures, they want to do a nitrogen pressure test, they want to do, you know, low level, well, not low level, but low tech applications with the manifold, right? So obviously, if we're talking about evacuation, recovery, we don't want a manifold, period, right? So this is really just meant to cover those other needs of the technician when they're looking at equipment. So this is taking all the utility of an analog gauge set, but it's marrying it to modern precision that comes from digital pressure transducers. So the board-on tube, which is the linkage and actuation of a traditional manifold gauge, they've been used for decades and decades and decades, but they're just not as precise. There's no way they can't be. So this is really able to kind of hit all of those areas, all of those customers, whether they're maybe somebody that's just been in the trade so long, they're so accustomed to their analog gauges, they just really had a hard time getting rid of it completely and adopting probes, right? So this gives them the ability to keep having that type of interface that they've been used to in their career, but finally being able to really step up the precision of the information they're actually reading. And then if you go to the other end of the spectrum to maybe our brand new young technicians, young men and women entering the industry, coming out of school, same thing. There's a tremendous amount of value, obviously, on digital precision, right? There's also a lot of value early in your career being able to actually visualize and see, right? So seeing just numbers flutter around and go up and down, the seasoned technician is going to, for the most part, be able to follow that and interpret what's happening. However, somebody brand new to the trade, it's going to take a few years to fully understand and interpret all of the data points that they're seeing at one time. So being able to actually see the needle fluctuate, being able to see the rate of change, it all becomes much easier when it's in this type of format and interface. Okay, we're visual learners, most people. So being able to see that in addition to the numbers can really help bridge the gap on just seeing numbers and then actually understanding what they mean, what they're saying. But I think I've gone on too long on this, and let's maybe get on the phone, Brad, and get some of these calls going.
No, definitely. But I want to point out before you let that baby get away from you, keep in mind, this is taking those old analogs that you have to twist 100 times on the side, giving you quarter turn valves. You don't have to carry 3 or 4 in the truck anymore. You can carry that one Flex 72. And you have all 72 refrigerants ready to rock and roll right there. So with that being said, I'm going to invite Jared from SRGI over to have a conversation with us. Jared, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you, Brad?
Not too bad. It's an exciting day for NAVAC. We're giving away the bike finally.
Sure is. Yeah, the time has come. I think we're about to make one lucky HVAC technician out there really happy.
Someone's weekend is about to go crazy. And it's something that I think if I got the call, I'm pretty sure my wife probably won't love it as much as I would, but I'd definitely be excited.
You're probably right there.
Now, what was fun was you actually got to see the bike many times in your territory. It came up to see you guys quite a bit, because what a lot of people didn't know was we didn't just print out flyers and post them everywhere. We actually took this bike in a trailer nationwide and took it to different distributors and different shows. So it wasn't just you guys showing an ad. You actually got to show the physical product. Now, how was that different?
Well, I think it was, first it was different because how many people give away a Harley as a promo? That's
slim.
Not too often do you see, do you get the opportunity to be a part of something that big, right?
Sure.
Creating a lot of buzz. But, you, sir, had a few very busy months driving that thing all over the country. So we appreciate you coming, to the Northeast a few times. It was great. We get a lot of engagement. As you saw, everyone was really excited to see it. The bike kind of stole the show sometimes. I think one of your big posts was, what would you rather have, the bike standing next to the set of NAVAC tools? And, it's a hard decision. A lot of people, they want both, right? So it was, it was really special to have. So I really appreciate you and, the entire NAVAC team doing that. We had a good number of events. A lot of contractors showed up. It was really good to be able to partner up with, some of our local distributors and, hold these events, create a big buzz about it and show off the bike, show off the tools, and just be successful with it.
No, definitely. It was something different. And I've done a lot of shows, and having the fun, cool new products is always something that, hey, contractors want to see. But they're not used to seeing a random Harley Davidson motorcycle sitting on a showroom floor or in a warehouse. So a lot of them would run over, whose bike is that? Throw me the keys. I'll take it real quick. Everybody was engaged with it. It didn't matter the age group. Someone wanted to take that home that day. And today's that day someone gets to. The great thing about this whole experience was seeing the way the rep forces was able to promote the bike. I thought it was going to be something like, hey, you guys got to give away a Harley. No, especially you guys grabbed at that and pretty much said, hey, this is our bike. We're going to make sure it gets given away in our territory. So I know there's a big thing out going right now with just the groups that rep and AVAC saying, this bike's given away in our territory because we're getting those bragging rights. So today we get to find out, did you guys sell enough NAVAC to bring it home?
Yeah, no, it's we'll see soon. It was it was great. There's we did what we did out there. I just have to say you the whole team at NAVAC made this really easy. Just through you provide the top tier, highest of the the best of the best tools in the industry. So everything that you do, from the product quality to the full breadth of the product lineup, and everything that the marketing team does, creating the buzz about the brand, it really, it empowers us. It helps us a lot to do our job and, create the strong partnerships with our distribution and our contractor network. And, it all just really comes together. So truly, I appreciate everything that, NAVAC does for us and the brand. and really makes our job a lot easier.
Well, we're happy to make your job a little bit easier because honestly, it's the other way around. You guys are the foot traffic. You guys are the reason why NAVAC is bleeding orange around. You are the face that goes into every distributor saying, I'm NAVAC. We appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why NAVAC's getting as popular as it is, and the techs actually get to be hands-on in their hometown because you guys are there. So I thank you for everything that you've done for this giveaway and everything you've done with NAVAC. It's almost time to see if that bike's coming to you, but I'm going to give this camera over to Keith so he can show off that bike.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Keith Keller, Vice President of NAVAC. How is your day going?
Hot. Inside this trailer where this bike has been around the country, I am super hot. I hope you guys can hear me okay.
We hear you perfectly. So you playing some cornhole today?
No, but you guys may have seen that around. Giving everyone a tour of where this bike has lived on the road. So just giving you guys a quick highlight. You saw some of the product Andrew and Brad went over. So this is how we kept the bike safe going town to town, city to city. So if you're lucky enough to actually see the big orange trailer, then congratulations. If not, Brad, why don't you walk everyone through some quick updates of what the bike is? So if you didn't get to see it, then you maybe don't know what the bike is. So go over the specs with the team there.
So the winner today is going to be getting a brand new 2023 Harley Davidson Nightster Special. Now, this bike is not stock, guys. This bike has a blackout kit. It's got upgraded exhaust. It's got a Screaming Eagle Stage 4 cam kit inside of it. This bike is as new version of basically what the Harley used to do as a Sportster, but they made it the Nightster. So it's got all digital displays. It's got all the bells and whistles on the... Oh, it is keyless. That is a good point. When I picked this thing up, I didn't understand how to turn it on because it's fobbed, just like all the new cars. So no key. Now, a lot of the Harley enthusiasts know this bike because it is air-cooled. So this is one of Harley's first bikes that they brought out that was actually air-cooled. There's a radiator in the front of this Harley. So, like me, I live in Dallas. As much as I love riding a Harley, you get stuck in traffic, that baby's going to overheat on you. That radiator saves you from that. This bike is perfect for anybody who is just learning to ride or someone who's been riding for a while, because this bike gives you different modes. You can ride it sport mode, touring mode. It's got all the features you want. It is a fun bike. I've personally ridden it a few times just because guess what? Someone had to put it on that trailer. This bike has 88 miles on it. It is brand new. So whoever's winning this baby today, Keith, they should be ecstatic. The bike sounds great. It is not something you can just go walk into the Harley dealership and pick up.
Yeah, if you notice, I keep coming up to this envelope here, right? You see the envelope?
What you got in that envelope?
So it's sealed. So I don't know who this is, where it's going. Don't have any information. So let's turn this baby off right there. But I do have the envelope here. So are we going to wait till the end or are we going to do it now? Like, because I don't know. People may tune out if I start to open this envelope now.
I think it's almost time to give away this Harley, because once you open up that envelope, we're going to switch it back over to Andrew and we're going to give that person a call and let's see if they actually answer, because guess what? This is live. They might not answer, but let's hope. I think, Keith, if you're ready, I'm ready.
All right, this is where it's going to get tough. So I'm going to drop this real quick right about here. Get you guys a nice shot so you can see the envelope, right?
Fully sealed.
Fully sealed. So more important, we use a third-party company to do the sweepstakes because it's only fair, right? This way, we're not picking favorites. There are some rules that apply. So there is some checks that the company did for us, American Sweepstakes. So just want to give them a shout out because they did help run the sweepstakes, make sure we're legal in all the countries and U.S. territories. But yeah, so anyway, fully sealed here, opening it up. Woo.
You got some
Oh,
wind
man.
in Florida today. I can hear.
Yeah, 17-mile-per-hour winds today. So, all right.
The moment of
is.
truth.
Here
8
it is.
months
So,
has led up to this envelope.
I don't want to show the person's information on like their address, right? So don't be showing up to someone's house. You
Hold
creepos.
on.
So,
Before you say the name, let's do some fun here. Can you give me the state first?
well, yeah. Actually, I guess this thing ain't going too far because it's a winner in Florida.
The winner is in the state of Florida. So the bike is currently in Florida. It doesn't have to go far. Now, how about a city? Let's get that even closer to them Florida people.
It's in northern Florida. So some may call it southern Georgia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So there might
city
be
is
some
Jacksonville,
people,
actually.
Jacksonville. So there might be some people starting to stand up going, oh, man. Now, do we want to give them any more information? Should we just give them that name?
I'll give them the name. That's all I got. I got Mr. Phil Brock. Can you guys see that?
Phil Brock. You
so,
are the winner of the Full Throttle Tour, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. And some people, who entered the contest was saying, well, you know what, maybe this isn't a bike for me, or I already have a bike. Well, you know what? It's yours. So you do with it what you want. Facebook Marketplace is a great place to sell things too, if that's you. But man, I can tell you, nothing like a brand new bike. This thing is beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off from here. Thank you everyone who participated. Thank you so much for supporting NAVAC. Sorry for the windy day, and we'll catch you on the next promotion. So
we appreciate you, Keith. Thank you. We're going to bring it back to Andrew. Andrew, you are back, sir. It is time to call Mr. Phil Brock and tell him he is the winner of the Full Throttle Tour of a 2020.
Dang, you just went out with the name like that, huh?
Hey, Keith said do it. So we're ready like that. So we know Florida, Jacksonville. So Florida was the winning state. So for everybody else, thank you for playing. We had a blast. Now, Phil gets the exciting live phone call of it being 1:32 in Florida. So we'll see if he answers.
All right, so we ready to do this?
We're ready when you are.
All right, let me call this guy.
Well, as you're getting that thing ringing,
so tech tip, you gotta take off the rubber gloves for the touchscreen to work.
You've been out of the field a little too long. You kept your gloves on.
So, yeah. Let's talk about the NEF 6LM very quickly.
Okay.
And that is our newest battery operated vacuum pump. So just for the people in NAVAC's technical support on this call, the number you shared with me is one of our regional sales managers' numbers, not Phil's. So
that's even better.
Well, if we can, yeah. I don't want to tell one of our own employees they won the motorcycle.
Hey, that would throw this
technical
whole
difficulty.
Thing. That's hilarious, actually. because if that call would have gone to any of the regionals, they would have played with that off and been, okay, bring it here. I've been waiting for it. So you went, let me just guess, you went to dial this, you went to push send, and someone's name popped up because you have it saved in your phone.
Well, 3 times so far. Yeah, it keeps calling Will, and Will, you know, good on him. He's trying to call me back right now.
Well, hey, high five to Will, because guess what? Florida's his state. So he is a regional that was a reason it came to Florida. So, Will, good dang job, dude. You got some Harley entries in, and now we just got to figure out the correct phone number to call Phil.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But as Andrew's pointing out, we got some new tools.
Yeah. Might as well use the opportunity. I brought up the NEF6LM, so we've continued to build on that platform of our battery-operated vacuum pumps. Let me see if I can even get it in frame here. I think we got it just about. People on mobile might have a little bit of a problem, but yeah, just like its predecessor, the NP4 DLM and the NP2 DLM, we now offer that 6 CFM option for people that really just couldn't get their head around the idea of a 2 or a 4. They really wanted to have more of a full-size typical pump. The size and the weight were not necessarily a high priority for them, but they do like the possibilities and the flexibility of running off of a battery or being able to use it as a corded pump when needed. So, of course, using NAVAC's power adapter with this pump allows this to be an AC or a DC driven pump. Gas ballast, full-size vacuum tree for 1/2 inch, 3/8 quarter. Again, gas ballast is for moisture management. NAVAC evacuation training would get you all squared away in terms of using these items properly. And I'm going to shoot back up.
I think we got your number now.
Well, I have a company number.
It's a great day at Snyder Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Our next available representative will be right with you.
Shout out.
This call may be recorded for quality or training purposes. Snyderman here. Thank you for waiting. While our operators are finishing up on the other lines, I thought I'd share some interesting facts you may not know.
Thank you for calling Snyder Air Plumbing and Electrical. This is Laura. How can I help you?
Laura, how are you today?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing very good. I wanted to see, and it's unlikely, but do you have a technician on your roster named Phil who might happen to be available?
I do have a few Philip. Is this for plumbing, electrical, or AC?
This would be HVAC.
Okay, let's see.
Phil Brock.
Can we service your location? Phil Brock. Let me see. I'm not sure because I am brand new here, so I'm still.
Ooh.
I think he's the owner.
The owner? Let me find out then. Okay, one moment, please.
Hey.
Snyderman here. Thank you for waiting.
Hey,
While our
Snyderman.
operators are finishing up
He's
on
on
the other
hold.
line.
I'm hanging up. I have another number here.
You threw her day off.
Hello, this is Phil.
Hey, Phil, do you have a second?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my name is Andrew, and I work for NAVAC Tools, and I'm doing some surveys on customer satisfaction, and I am finally getting around to some of the Florida numbers. Ferguson, and so you shop at Ferguson?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we shop at Ferguson. We do well, Johnstone too, but the Ferguson rep here, he came from the service side, so he's only been outside sales for like a year. So he gets it, and he provides just value that the other salesmen don't have. Just long story short, but I'm sure you get it.
Oh yeah, and in terms of our products, you've brought in some of these based off some of Ferguson's information.
Well, pretty much actually just my relationship with well, you obviously know Chris Kraft.
Sure, he's a great guy.
Yeah. He was really the reason. I mean, he comes in here, he had HR do a brazing, demo. You know what I mean? He got her out of the office to braze, to teach these guys how to braze. Like he just gets it too, but he's cut from the same cloth, those two.
You know, that whole agency, their entire agency is just a cut above. They're stellar, and so when he promoted those products to you, what did you end up pulling the trigger on? Have you made any purchases? And if so, I'm hoping to see how your experience has been.
Dude, we've made, oh my God, like throughout the whole Southeast, I don't even know how many purchases, like vacuum recovery. God, it's just been honestly incredible.
Well,
the tool is not only attractive, but I mean, it's just the support. Like I can call anyone on your team and they're like just Johnny on the spot. Will in like South America, even, like
you're saying all the right things to me. Obviously you're making that an easy phone call for me to jot this feedback down. So, you personally, are you the owner then?
Of Snyder?
Of your employer, or if it's your employer, is it your business?
No, I work for Apex Service Partners. I'm the Southeast Regional Director of Procurement. So we own these businesses, absolutely, but I'm at the level of the business. So when I'm in Jacksonville, my office is right here. I was just in Knoxville yesterday. You know what I mean? So I cover the whole Southeast. So I share like a best practice down, and I go, hey guys, NAVAC has come to the table with, especially with the A2L changeover, said that they would partner with us, of course, and just choose your vendor. So NAVAC didn't have to choose any kind of, special, create winners in the market. We can give it to Goodman. I mean, shit, the South Florida Snyder in South Florida bought like 80 and 80 of the vacuum and recovery just in, preparation for the A2L changeover. December something, or maybe later. But I just herd the cats into the best opportunities.
Yeah. Well, do you
come to the table and everybody else? And
like, your territory is pretty big, then it sounds like.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So gas mileage, pretty high.
Yeah, I fly, but usually I'll drive if it's under 8.
Yeah.
I would rather.
Do you have saddlebags big enough for like a vacuum pump and a recovery machine?
No. I don't think that. I'll take a van or something. Yeah.
Right. What about a 2023 Harley Davidson Nightster?
Shut up.
Congratulations, Phil.
What?
Yeah, you're the winner of the Full Throttle NAVAC sweepstakes. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh,
so hopefully you ride, or you're gonna learn how.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I cannot believe that. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No way. Like, what the heck?
Well, you made for some good live TV here. So just be advised that you're on every social media platform, out there today. So we appreciate your feedback. Hopefully they're all going to believe this wasn't scripted at all. But like I said, you nailed it, man.
Wow.
So thank you for the great feedback. It's great to know that the tools are being believed in, and not every manufacturer is perfect. None of them are, and we're all capable of making mistakes. But what's important and what sets companies apart, I think, is being able to listen and act on the feedback quickly. So I'm glad that your company has been able to recognize that and make those investments. And hopefully every time you hop on your new hog, you think about, using a micron gauge and large diameter hoses, man.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Incredible.
So you can go back to Ferguson and pick up your 5% off coupon for that Harley. So you're happy to have contributed to your discount. You'll just have to go to your local dealership and go from there. So no, all jokes aside, NAVAC will be reaching out to you with details about logistics and getting this thing to you just in time for the weather starting to turn. So Phil,
wow.
We don't want to take you away from work today. It's Friday. Take the rest of the day easy, enjoy your evening and weekend, and congratulations to yourself.
Wow, that's crazy. Thank you.
Absolutely, Phil. We'll be in touch soon. You have a great weekend, sir.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Just like that.
Like that.
8 months, it's wrapped up, and Phil Brock was the winner. Now, the fun thing about that was you can tell that, we struggled there a second. We had to get the right number. So definitely not scripted.
No, not at all. Not at all. By the way, do we have any, has anything come in on any of the chats or anything like that? Anything that you're aware of? Any questions? Anybody texting?
I haven't. If there's any questions right now, if you're still sitting here viewing, you have the one and only Andrew here sitting. It looks like we have about 30 people viewing still. So if you have any questions, this is the time to ask absolutely anything. You can even ask us what brand socks we wear. We're here, we're live. But just like that, Andrew.
Yep. For those, for those of you all watching, the stream as well, we will have, our wireless probe initial lineup hitting the shelves. So get excited. These probes all have great onboard displays for unconnected use, and we are getting we're in the final stages. Pretty much we're just about live, if not live already, as of this stream on the MeasureQuick platform. So we're really excited to be able to have our products integrated into the software. I know this week it was still being worked on, so there was a little bit of goofy stuff going on still. The NAVAC app as well will be obviously integrated with these products. The NAVAC app is still being tweaked and worked on. Apps are a wild thing, so they're a new experience for us, and we're enjoying the ride. So just know you're going to have multiple ways, at least 3 ways to use our probe platform. So again, either whether MeasureQuick, whether NAVAC's native app, which will be done very shortly, and then of course the unconnected application of using it just with the individual onboard displays. So just wanted to make sure I brought those up too while we were still here before we signed off for the weekend.
No, perfect. You hitting the nail on every head today, because that's one of the most exciting things that come to NAVAC are our smart tools, and the fact that we are partnering up with MeasureQuick and NAVAC. So we have our own app. It is absolutely gorgeous. But just like Andrew said, we are very new to the app game, and we're still making some tweaks to make it perfect for you guys. But it looks like we don't have any questions. It looks like everybody got excited that Phil won, and now everybody's going back to work. Just because it's Friday and everybody's kids are off of school doesn't mean we're out of the office.
Oh, I get that. I know that for sure. So, Brad, you're Central Time, so still about midday for you. And what do you got going on for the rest of the day and weekend?
The rest of the day and the weekend, I'm going to sit here. I'm probably going to call Phil myself and congratulate him because that me and that bike have spent a lot of time together. So it is exciting to see someone win it. But today's going to be a pretty laid back Friday. It's going into Easter weekend. And then following the next week,
So, well, I appreciate everybody watching and tuning in today. You know, I know it's midday, it's Friday, so we certainly appreciate your patronage, your loyalty to the NAVAC brand, and hopefully you all understand our loyalty and commitment to you. And again, when we don't hit it out of the park, or we have things that we can improve or do better, we're open to that. We want to hear it, because we will act. We will act on that and perform on that. So that's again one of the differences, I think, that you can expect from us. So we do appreciate you. Stay safe out there. And all right, guys, we will see you on the next one.
thank you for riding with us, everybody.